Yeah, it's raining a little bit. Kirk, is that your first fish ever?
First fish. We don't have to drive around the parking lot looking for a place to park for an hour.
We got love that we'll never need to hide.
Alright, so where were we? Last episode was a special one, in which we talked to you about how we make money, what type of work we do, and how we afford to go cruising.
Windy!
We're flying!
Now let's get back to where we left off on Florida's west coast, on the island of Cayo Costa.
Hold me close, I want to feel your love.
Breathe.
What did you catch?
I got a fish. I don't know what it is.
Kirk, is that your first fish ever?
First fish. No, not ever, but...
Oh, you threw it back?
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I wanted to at least, I don't know, get a close-up of him or something.
Well, I'll catch one more. It wasn't that hard. There's 100 of them right here. We were supposed to have storms for the last 5 days, according to the Weather Underground website. And it looks like we're finally about to get hit.
I think this is our first real storm. Got some black sky. Yeah, it's raining a little bit. It's not pouring yet. That's what we're worried about. These panels are unreal. I think they should be okay. Okay, it's wet. I'm going inside.
Is the dinghy on a little bit of a leash, or is it really tight?
3 feet away from the stern? Oh no, it's like 5 feet away. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. I just didn't want it so tight that the waves would be like yanking on it really hard. I think once this front moves in, it's not going to be blasting quite so hard.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
I just feel like friggin' breaking 2-foot waves in here. The only thing I think I might do is go put out more soap on the bridle,
Okay.
so that the waves don't shock load the anchor.
Gonna put that out again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cold. Oh, it just dropped like 10 Got it? Okay.
Hail!
What is that? That boat? Has he always been there?
Yeah, I turned on my navionics. Can you just make sure we're not dragging? I mean, we will have gone back a little ways, but yeah, he's always been there. He's anchored backwards.
Okay. Like from the stern?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Holy shit. Man, I'm glad we pulled everything down when we did. Can you make sure all the windows are closed?
Yeah.
Man, these boats are sailing around like crazy.
Okay. That's good. I'm soaked.
There's a guy just coming in to anchor here.
Seriously?
I need a towel. I'm cold.
You want your bath towel?
Yeah. Wow, did you get that hail front come in?
I never turned it off.
Oh, did you point it forward?
I pointed it. I don't remember where I pointed it, but.
Holy.
Well, that was some excitement.
Yeah. Still seeing 22 knots.
turn around and saw you coming toward the boat.
There's a guy that was dragging his anchor right behind us and went right past this other boat, right past that sailboat back there, which is going to be impossible to see with the GoPro, but
We gotta put
there's the sailboat and there's the guy that dragged past him. Well, our boat got a fresh water wash down, and our solar panels stayed on deck, which was cool. We got everything battened down in time. I did kind of a botch job here with the chain, but I wanted to get it locked up in case our chain hook broke loose. Luckily, everything worked just fine. Nobody dragged anchor in front of us. We got lucky in the direction of the wind. There's pretty much no one in front of us for quite a ways. We got a bunch of boats next to us. And behind us, a couple. We're supposed to get storms most of the night, so I think that's not gonna be everything. Just hoping it's not quite as windy as it was, because we saw quite a bit of wind there. Made it to the Green Flash.
Green Flash. I used to come here every spring with my family. So it's weird coming by boat. It's like a totally different place. Look at us in our finest dress. With our backpacks. Well, we stood at the host stand for about 5 minutes and no one said anything, so we decided to leave.
Goodbye, Green Flash. Hello, Mucky Duck. Need that extra alternator. It's like $100 extra, so it's not much, but it's also like we're hardly ever going to use, I feel like, the 100 amps, let alone 120.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
We go exploring islands and we talk about alternators.
And voltage regulators. And serpentine pulley belt kits. I was afraid we were going to get cold. I forgot it gets so much warmer on land.
Hey, how are you? We are. So what's the earliest that you're looking for? Usually it's a little bit over an hour and 15 minutes or so. All right, and does he need a lockbox code?
Here we are coming for a nice lunch. Lauren is working now, and I'm going to be working in 10 minutes.
Let him know to come as early as possible. All right, what is it? 11 a.m. in San Diego?
There it is. The golf ski.
The golf. Hey, golf.
The last time we were here, Kirk and I had come with my parents by car. At a popular beachside place like this, there's a benefit to arriving by boat.
Hey, Craig. We don't have to drive around the parking lot looking for a place to park for an hour. or something like it, that maybe we try and set up a few more shots and capture that.
How is it?
A little dense,
A little dense?
but it's cold, so that's probably why.
Banana, chia kale. Alright.
Can you turn on the nav?
Yeah, I will. I just wanted to say, this is probably the sketchiest anchorage we've ever had to come into. You think?
Mm-hmm.
And now we have to leave it. And we've been waiting all morning to leave because we needed to leave right at high tide because that's going to give us like inches underneath our keel. So, off we go.
Is it clean?
The bottom part of it was.
Yeah.
What are you seeing for depths?
7/8 still.
It's going to pop right up to 4.5, isn't it?
Yeah. See, the way these are like projecting us, it's to go more that way, which is what I'm doing now. 8 foot, 7.5. I think through that cut, we just needed to follow more of a, rather than straight, because it didn't get anywhere near as close this time.
Wow, is that it? 7?
Yeah, that's the lowest I've seen right now.
That's a cakewalk.
Yeah, we were over too far that way. I mean, we're not quite out yet. Okay, we just hit 6. Now we're at 5'8", 5'9", 5'7", 5'6". Damn it. This is the shallow spot. Yeah, I think we're doing okay.
Oh no!
Really?
So sailing in the ICW is a bit tricky.
With the wind directly on our nose in the channel, we weren't having much luck motor sailing. But that's why a roller furling head sail is so nice. It doesn't take a whole lot of work to just try and see.
Best we can do, huh? Huh, boys?
Apparently so.
So the engine went back on, the day heated up, and with too much time spent baking in the sun at the helm, Kirk started thinking about ways to cover up and keep cool.
Need high performance man strongs by Kirk. They're going to be longer for a man's height, made out of performance wicking material, lightweight, stretchy, get a nice cool breeze all in the places where you need it. Bring back the old sailing attire. Men in skirts on boats. Nothing says more manly than I'm capable of wearing a skirt. Arr. It's over there.
Huh?
It's over there.
Picnic Island. We're gonna go not have a picnic, but we're gonna go for a swim.
As it turns out, I got a client email just before we anchored, which meant I stayed aboard while Kirk went ashore.
It's not every day that I get to go play while Lauren has to work. So I took a little solo trip in the dinghy over here. Brought myself a nice cold beer. I'm gonna stand in the water because it is hot. This is a pretty dope little picnic island. Cool.
I ran into a couple on the other side of the island who had miscalculated the tides and were struggling to push their jet skis off the beach. So I rounded up a few other guys and we were able to get them into deeper water. We've been helped so many times by other boaters, it felt good to be able to return the favor.
In our last episode, we launched our Sailing Soulianis Shop, and to celebrate, we want to do a few giveaways.
We're going to be announcing a new giveaway in each of our next few episodes. We'll choose some winners at random, but others will be based on the first person to respond. So make sure you're subscribed to our channel and click the notification bell to be amongst the first to be notified. Today we're going to be giving away this shirt. We'll choose a winner at random, and to enter, you must do two things.
So this is going to get a little bit tricky, so pay attention. Number 1, go to our last episode, number 46, and leave a comment telling us about something in your budget that you can't live without.
And number 2, send us an email at hello@sailingsoulianis.com with your YouTube username and the answer to this trivia question. What is the one thing in our budget that Lauren can't live without? Hint, the answer was in the last episode.
We are sailing through the miserable mile, and there's just boats everywhere.
A little bit more space would have been nice if you have an 18-inch draft.